Surprise would see the sleepy eyes. I felt you. I told y'all about my last couple of dancing excursions. So I went again, of course. And I ran into my new boyfriend. Oh, just to preface it, Creaky's putting in a new floor. And he surprised me because I found out on Valentine's weekend that he is putting in heating elements. I accidentally deleted some of my footage from all that, but anywho, so not only are we getting a new floor, he's going to install heating elements into the tile. Yeah, I'll detail that later. Anywho, I'm gonna bring that up again, so I thought I'd mention it now. So anyway, yeah, before I left, Creaky was like, he was working on the floor, so he said, well, let me know what you had already before you leave, because I don't need you coming home with no bunch of new boyfriends. I was like, no, all I had was some tonic water. He was like, oh, okay. So I don't need to have to worry about you bringing no dudes home. So I was like cracking up because I was like, yeah, be like, I'm pulling into the garage and some random dude in the back gonna be like, where are we gonna sleep? I'm like, nigga, who are you? You told us to hop on in. So anyway, but when you go to the club, you're just not gonna run into a bunch of brilliant together people. It's just not gonna work out like that. You go to dance, that's what you should go and do. People that go to hook up with people get what they went out for. Whether it seems good in the end or bad, you received what you got what you were looking for. So anywho, so I left, right, and I told y'all about this one guy that was a gentleman, and I haven't like dealt with anybody I was actually willing to have a conversation with in years when I went dancing. In years, I'm telling you. So he wasn't a wonderful dude, but he's even someone that I would be willing to have a basic conversation with. So anyway, I started calling this guy my new boyfriend. He's my new boyfriend. So I call him T.I. I think I might have cut it out of the other video, but I started calling him T.I. because he's real short, right? So anywho, at that particular event, you know, we had a conversation. He was smart about it, very much a gentleman. You could tell his experience. I told you the difference between men and women. You know, I touched on that in one of my last videos. But yeah, he was smart. He had been watching me, and I saw him, of course. No matter what it looks like I said, people probably under the impression that I have blinders on, but I know everything happening around me, because if a ignorant sucker is on his way, I'm gonna get up and leave when he gets 3/4 of the way to me. You know, just in case I was wrong, he might come halfway and then make a detour and go elsewhere. You know, he might chicken out, or maybe he wasn't even coming toward me. Maybe he was coming toward me just so he could make that detour and go wherever he's going. But whatever the case is, he's not going to get close enough to have a conversation. So anyway, this guy, he was very much a gentleman. Could tell he was. Wouldn't fuck with him if I was single. But he was a gentleman enough to you know, engage in basic conversation. Said, I told you guys, he said, do you mind if I entertain you? and I told you about the dance thing. So he came back later and said, do you mind if I sit and talk with you for 3 minutes? Very smart. He put a time limit on that ish because 3 minutes. No problem. And we both knew that if your conversation is intelligent, your 3 minutes will be extended. Come on. Come on now. So he sat down and we talked for much more than 3 minutes. And he told me all about himself. Lord have mercy. So I sat there and I was just grinning. And so when he took a pause, I looked at him, I said, you didn't think it was going to be my turn, did you? Because he don't need to know nothing about me. We're not going to be friends. So anyway, as the conversation went on, it basically ended up where I probably look like the type of woman for him, but I'm definitely not the woman for him. I would not embrace someone like him in my life for a number of reasons. You know, I'm particular. And I don't bend the rules for anyone. And that's people's problem. You figure if a certain person make a certain amount of money, some of those big, bright, fluorescent-ass red flags can be overlooked. No, they count. They count, especially when they're character-driven. But anywho, so I told him, I said, you know, even if I was single, you wouldn't be someone I'd be involved with. And you know, as I was talking to him, I was like, this guy, I don't know if he's listening to me enough to believe that I am in a healthy relationship. Because when he kept saying, I can't believe you're here by yourself, I kept saying, is it impossible that I will be in a healthy, trusting, and loving relationship with someone who loves me and knows I love to dance? So he doesn't mind and encourages me to go out and assert my creative side. Is that impossible? He's like, no, it's not impossible. I mean, and this guy even asked me how long I had been married. And I answered him. But as he continued to talk, I'm like, he don't believe it's possible. It's impossible to him. Because as he kept talking, he didn't cross any lines of disrespect to my relationship. But he just kept talking like there was a chance in hell. Even after me saying, there is no chance even if I were single. But so be it. I enjoyed the dude's conversation. He came at me, he came correct. He was, you know, he wasn't dressed all outlandishly. He even, you know, carried himself as far as his attire goes like a gentleman. So I talked with him, I engaged him for a minute. And when it was all done, he says, he asked me if was I going to be there, and I looked at him, I said, no. That's always hilarious to me, because I've actually ran into a dude that years ago that I enjoyed having a conversation with, and he was drinking, so he had to go to the bathroom. And he was going to get up and go to the bathroom, and he already knew. He had talked to me for about 4 minutes, but that was long enough for him to know. He said, when I go to the bathroom, when I come back, are you going to be gone? So I just started laughing, because he you know, I credit you for reading me. Yes, I will be gone. You know I'll be gone. Come on. Come on. So, anyway, this guy asked if he could walk me to the door. I was like, no. He said, well, let me go grab my coat and I will walk you to your car, you know, get you to your car safely. And I laughed and I said, no. And so, he said, well, I really enjoyed talking with you. He said, you know, you really got it going on. And, so he went to his table, presumably to get his coat. So I made sure that before he even got to his table, got halfway to his table, I was out. I don't take my time when I'm leaving. Just in case there was some weak-ass dude that, not him, but some weak-ass dude that eyeballed me the whole night and wasn't man enough to just say something. Even if you end up saying the wrong thing, we have established that and we don't never have to speak again. But if you just gonna sit there and stare at me all night like a 14-year-old little boy, and then when I'm on my way out the door, it becomes desperate measures for you to come out, and then you gonna even grab my arm. I've had dudes grab my arm. They didn't mean any harm, but they just didn't want me to get out of there so fast without them saying something. But really, bro, you watched me. You don't think I saw you, but you sat there and watched me for 2 hours. And now you have a conversation. It took you that long. I mean, I don't knock you for being shy, you know, but after a certain age, shy is no longer cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. So, but with this particular guy, I wouldn't say that he was shy, but he was you could tell he was very flattered to be talking with me, and to know that for it to feel like I'm being truthful when I say conversations are not something I have when I come to these things, you know. So I could tell he was really flattered, and he blushed a whole lot, and that made me feel all even more womanly and, you know, kind of powerful in a flattered, in a humble way, in a flattered and humble way. And so there was even a point where, you know, he's talking about how rough shaving, he was like, a few more hours and this will be, you know, whatever, talking about his shadow or whatever. And I know he just wanted me to touch his face. He wanted me to touch his little face. So I did it. And so I rubbed his face with the back of my hand, and oh, he just blushed. It was just precious. It was precious. I was like, that's so cute. He likes me so much. That's cute. And so anyway, I left. So I didn't see him at the set the next night. But however, I saw him a week later, which was, that wasn't last night, was it? I'm thinking to myself that this might be